Welcome. This video is made with 2 audio tracks, so you can decide for yourself whether you want to listen to my English with Czech accent or the precise English translated from the text. And now to the heart of this video. Hello and welcome to another video. My name is PF2 and I am the author of the website DC20.link and DC20.cz. Today I would like to share with you my top 10 reasons why I love DC20. A huge advantage that DC20 has is the freedom with which everyone can customize characters according to their wishes. In the current version beta 0.8, there are now 13 different character classes. Other classes such as Summoner, Tamer, Artificer, and others are also planned. 3 different subclasses will be added to each of the currently playable classes in beta version 0.9. Work on the subclasses is still ongoing at the time of the release of this video, so various adjustments may still occur. What I think DC20 has in addition to other systems you will find in the following points. Point number 1. DC20 allows playing of functional meme builds. Thanks to the fact that DC20 uses only 4 main attributes such as strength, agility, charisma, and last but not least, intelligence. To this 4 is added one primary modifier which affects combat abilities. This primary modifier allows even meme builds like strong wizard, charismatic fighter, or intelligent barbarian, and many others to be functional and playable in DC20. Number 2. Number 2 for me are the 4 action points, which are replenished at the end of the turn. Unlike other systems on the market, in DC20 your resources in combat are restored not at the beginning, but at the end of your turn. Everyone can fully use their 4 action points at their discretion, and then start planning how to use these replenished action points further. Number 3. The third point from my top 10 is the endless possibilities of how action points can be used in combat. Within 3 seconds of each action point, it is possible to perform, for example, one attack or one spellcasting. Each repeated check complicates the situation and adds one stacking disadvantage. However, in DC20 it is possible to use 3 seconds of your turn, i.e. one action point, to better concentrate, aim, or calm down, and thus add one advantage that will increase the chances of success or perhaps cancel one disadvantage. If you really need to aim well, use 2 or even 3 action points to add more advantages. Because the better the result of the roll, the greater the hit you will cause to the target. However, action points can be also used for many different improvements to attacks. In DC20, not only the champion, but absolutely all martial fighters have access to maneuvers and techniques. Whether it is attack maneuver, such as extend, so that the character hits the target one space further, a power attack that increases the damage done, or a swipe that allows the attack to hit another enemy standing next to your target. If you are more into using grappling tactics, then DC20 will be perfect system for you. Hold your target tightly and use them as living shield for yourself, or slam them into a wall, tree, or the ground. There are plenty options to choose from. Also from defensive maneuvers such as parry, sidestep, raise shield, and many more. Moreover, you can use these maneuvers for an action point as a reaction outside your turn. If you or your teammate are under attack from enemies, defense maneuvers and techniques will come in handy. If you are thinking of being a defender, the tank who protects others with reactions, you can do that in DC20. Feel free to use all your action points on reactions, and as soon as you get to your turn and end your turn, you are ready to use your 4 action points again during the next fight. Spellcasters will also not be shortchanged in DC20. They don't have maneuvers and techniques, but they can use their spells, for example, as reactions to prevent enemy spells. In DC20 there are no verbal tug of war about who will have more counter spells ready. Instead, there are spell duels. Dynamic and epic situations when spells clash and the stronger spell defeats the weaker one. A firebolt flying towards a group is suddenly swallowed up by a powerful ice spell. Stunning! And yet, another epic situation can occur when the power of both spells cast is the same. At that moment, a white magic surge occurs. Both casters are hit by white magic and roll for resulting effect from the white magic table. What twist happens at this moment and how will the situation develop further? But this is not all. Another amazing thing is combined spellcasting from 2 or more spellcasters, when 2 or more characters amplify the spell being cast. Spell enhancement could also be a separate chapter. In DC20, all spells will be enhanceable. A small fireball will thus achieve stronger damage, greater range, or perhaps apply the burning status to the target. The command spell will have a greater and stronger effect with each subsequent enhancement to control larger enemies or even a greater number of enemies. Each spell will have its own tree of options for how to enhance it. The next arrival of a larger number of spells is planned with the arrival of the next beta version 0.10. There's really something to look forward to. In order to be able to cast spells and use combat techniques, resources are needed, which are covered in my fourth point from the top 10. Number 4. DC20 uses for spellcasters mana points instead of spell slots, and for martials stamina points. Mana is used in countless fantasy games. This unifying source of magic for using spellcasting makes it easier to understand for everyone, but especially for those who have not encountered the spell slot system yet. Mana is commonly replenished during a long rest, and its supply is larger and similar for all spellcasters. Martials, on the other hand, have a very limited but amazingly dynamic resource called stamina points. Unlike spellcasters, however, they can constantly replenish their stamina points during combat, even between combat, and in very meaningful ways for each class separately. For example, a barbarian replenishes his stamina points by dealing a heavy or critical hit to a target or by being hit by a heavy or critical hit himself. A rogue gains stamina point when he hits a flanked target, or when the target is affected by an adverse condition, or when he performs one of his cunning actions, that is, actions such as disengage, feint, or hide. A ranger hunter, on the other hand, gains stamina when he performs a search action to find a hidden target, when he succeeds on a recall knowledge check about a creature, or when he hits or kills a target marked with the hunter's mark. A monk gains stamina points by hitting a target in melee combat, and a commander gains stamina points when he provides someone with a help die. This stamina point system thus guides players to use the actions tactically, effectively, and typically of given character classes, and thus spice up the resulting situations with variety and cinematics. Naturally, stereotypical moves like, "It's your turn, what action will you take? I'll make one attack, and then another attack. I don't have a bonus action, so someone else can continue." What a huge difference in approach. Number 5. The fifth point from my top 10 is multiclassing. Right at the second level in DC20, it's possible to choose another class from which your character can learn something. Unlike some other well-known systems, however, your progress in the original class does not stop. You continue to learn the features of your original class, and from the next class, you will learn only one feature of your choice. In DC20, for example, a barbarian at the second level does not immediately become a full-fledged ranger. When using multiclassing, you can gradually choose those other features for your barbarian that appeal to you the most from the other classes. Number 6. The sixth top for me is the ancestry system. Each character receives 5 ancestry points at the beginning. These are used for the characteristics that the character inherits from their ancestors. In DC20, each of the ancestry characteristics has its own value, either positive, negative, or 0. For a faster start, each ancestry line has a selection of default traits that describe the given line. Dwarves are more durable in the default selection. Elves are more agile. Orcs are more brutal. Personally, I really like the ability to adjust the ancestry of the character according to your ideas. Even more so, for example, lines born from giants, dragons, angels, demons, or beasts. So, in DC20, you can easily create a Dragonborn character, Angelborn, Beastborn Spider-Man, or even a Minotaur. Number 7. Point number 7 for me is the mechanic called Death's Door. This mechanics allows characters to still be part of the fight even with 0 or negative health points. albeit with a significantly limited number of action points from 4 to 1. In DC20, there is intense fighting until the last breath. The real importance of healing, defense and rest after exhaustion is much more evident. Number 8. The eighth top point is the modifiability of weapons and armor. Similar to the ancestor system, weapons and armor have their default properties that can be modified in various ways in DC20, and thus create your own combinations. For example, create your own weapon that has been passed down in the family for many generations, or perhaps an unusual type of throwing weapon that returns to your hand after it hits. Number 9. The penultimate point in my top 10 is the overall reduction in health points and damage points compared to some other systems. In DC20, characters start with around 5 to 12 health points and weapons typically deal 1 to 2 damage. In addition, there's no dice rolling for damage in DC20. However, more damage can be added with a stronger and more accurate hit, and various skills and tactics will then add even more. The health points gradually increase, and double-digit damage values can also be achieved with party coordination. At such a moment comes the joy and recognition of a well-executed action. The maximum number of health points of the character can then approach 30 at 10th level, and even a little bit more takes to up to 10 prestige levels. Number 10. A DC20 armor class is divided into physical and mystical defense. The types of damage that affect physical defense include slashing, piercing, bludgeoning, and elemental damage such as fire, lightning, cold, poison, and corrosive. That is, those that could be deflected by a shield under certain circumstances. While damage that affects mystical defense includes those that cannot be deflected by a shield, such as psychic, sonic, radiant, and umbral. Thanks to this double division of defenses, greater dynamics of fights are possible. Some people can thus better defend themselves from physical damage, and even better with heavy armor, thanks to another physical damage reduction. While another party members can better defend themselves from mystical damage. This allows for many interesting and fun interactions and tactics in combat at DC20. As an extra bonus, I would like to add the great DC20 community, the development team, the author, the dungeon coach, who listens attentively to feedback, and last but not least, the creators of homebrew and YouTube content. Thanks to all this, it's easy to translate content from other systems into DC20. There are no limits to imagination, and creating a pirate, space, or superhero environment and adventures is just a matter of time. With DC20, there is always something to discover and look forward to. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you for clicking the like and subscribe buttons. You can find a lot of other information on the DC20.link and DC20.cz websites. I'll look forward to seeing you at the game or in the next video. Have a nice day and ahoy!